Pittsburgh, America, hello, America. Yeah, March 26th, 2021, and this is 10 O'Clock Talks. Blessed be our founding fathers. Wow. Hot to start. Good day in Pittsburgh, just so you know, in case you're from somewhere else. Pretty mild and warm today. Got out there, did my exercising, you know. I'm trying. You get old, it's harder, you know, and you feel a little pain, you get worried too. So it's like, am I pushing myself too much? Anyway, I keep going. So America, I know you all had comments about the big Biden come out party. That was his coming out party. Yeah. Support America, because he took some jabs at us. He really, really did. And it makes me wonder, he did pretty good today. He did. He was kind of like, have we been duped a little bit here? I don't know. I'm just saying, you know, I really called it a long time ago thinking, this guy ain't going to be able to get up and do anything. And he did fairly well. I don't know. Maybe we've been duped. America, we're not done. Anyway, I got to do my preach here. Support the small businesses. Help someone's dream. Stay alive. It's still really bad out there. And yeah, we know that part. It is bad out there. So let's stand together as one, strong, united. We know about United over here. Am I wrong? We do. We know about United. I don't think the other side knows. Man, he come out with some jabs, and he's riding the coattails of the strongest man in America, President Donald J. Trump. Live it. You ain't got to love it, Joe, but that's exactly what you're doing. You're doing nothing new except for the executive orders, which some may backfire. Yep, some may actually backfire. That said, again, this is 10 O'Clock Talks. Thank you for joining in. Do not change that dial, or don't scroll up or down. Stay right there for just a minute. Check us out here. I want to say hello to the Abbey down in Lawrenceville. Big restaurant down there, and I hear a lot of good news about it. People are talking. Steel City Installations, it's that time of year. Think about your upgrades for your home. Don't leave these guys out. And if you're in the mood for a sweet taste of something sweet, check out Oakmont Bakery. There's always good vibage going on about that place. It never ends. It is what it is. Oakmont Bakery. Hello out there, Mark. Yeah, I was happy to see, though, because I'm an advocate for the ladies, and with good reason. This is all positive on the good side, nothing personal here. They've been underpaid for a lot of years, but, it's coming out in the wrong area. But sports is starting to realize that they're not quite paying the ladies as much as they pay the men, and there could be some good there. And this could be a start of something good. So let's just go with that. But it looks like they're talking about it. All the sports seem to be getting a vibe about it where the women play in sports. And I'm still totally against all this he-she stuff. I'm sorry. Got to keep this he-she. So the ladies in this world have a good chance of what they train for their whole lives, to go out and win and be successful in winning. You can't have he, she, and women's sports. That's a no. No, that can't happen. But I'm glad to see something's turning somewhere, and it doesn't have to do with the stimulus, because I speak loudly on that part. Now, this Colorado, I don't want to go back here again, but I have to. This Colorado mass shooting thing. I mean, I give my condolences out. I say all the right things. I hope I do. I live that way. Um, I get some heads up that this could be all a charade. I still don't think it was. I think something really did happen there. And, this guy was from Syria. Now, I want to put this together for you this way. Stay with me here and think logically, because you are the kind of people that can do this. And then you can make your choice. I'll tell you to go neither way. It's something you'll have to do. But let's look at this from an investigation standpoint. Weren't we just shooting rockets at them or something? Syria? And then this guy's from there? Could this really just be a cover where I would then believe something's going on? I would then believe it. This could be payback for the Rockets. Joe, I had to get that out there. Are you with me? What do you think? I mean, is that more logical? It is to me. It is to me. So I'm thinking that, they weren't very happy. They got a hold of somebody here in the States. Seems that these people from over there are willing to do anything for their country. So, with that said, you think about that because, it just seems to fit. It seems to fit that it was a payback in some way. And again, these poor families and people didn't deserve any of that. They had nothing to do with what Joe Biden did or whatever this was all about. The point that had to be making and the inputs that they had and the rockets over there. And we know that there was a part of the United States playing there. I know it. If you don't know it, you're going to have to check it out. So that being said, never ever vote for a Democrat. Never, ever again. Ever. And I know there were times that they were the party. Somebody was out there. You knew them your whole life, whatever. But once they get in there, now they're controlled. It don't work that way. Yeah, I got to really talk to you and break this down about the socialism platter and all these fascists and communists and all this stuff. Because there's logic to how this all works and where it came from and how long it's been implanned, and it has been implanned. There's not a dot in my mind. Now, if they're really seeing everything as we're seeing it out there, they should be flipping to the other side. And if there's a candidate in a position that they wanted on the Republican Party side, then I'm sorry. But, if there's an opening and you can flip over, prove to us that you're worthy of our vote, we might vote for you. But just to throw that out there. We cannot, in any way, excuse me, I have one of these non-sugar things. Bad timing for it, but I do. So anyway, we just can't vote for anybody. You know that. We'll kill our format of what we're working for. Wipe out those smalls. Get all these offices while Donald and the rest of them are taking care of the tops. And there are things still going on with Sydney. There are things alive still. Don't doubt for a minute that that's not true. It is fact. What will happen with it, I don't know. And God, I would love to talk to you, Mr. President, just for a minute or two. But I can't. I'm a small guy. And I would be shocked if my phone would ring. It just won't happen. But I would have a great conversation with him, I assure you. So we can't just do that. But if somebody's willing to switch, come to us on our platform and our level, there could be a possibility that, no matter how good you are, I don't know if you'll be good for us. That's the whole thing. We got to hear you speak on these things that are so negative. And I'm stressing voting right now because it is that time where we're getting into these, It's here. It's going to be among us shortly. And then we're going to, the primaries, and then you're going to have this and that, and, the major votes and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. If they're willing to switch sides and talk to us, I mean, maybe we can work with some of them. Because that's been said to me. Well, what if we have a good guy? Well, because you preach this. I do preach something else. I get it. And I'm at fault for that. But I'm protective of my people, my friends, and how I speak to the public. And I'm sorry, I'm for you. I'm not for somebody's uncle who's going to, help him out. I can't help you out. You're a Democrat. I can't do it. And either way, I mean, unless you're willing to sit and talk with us, I can't. All right, enough of that. No more babbling. More on Como. And, we got to put him in, Como the homo in here. We just have to do that. And where he stands with the people. Well, now true colors even more are coming out. That he, supposedly hooked up his family and made sure that they all got their proper shots and their vitamins. And he put everybody in his life out ahead of you. It wasn't about the public first. And I bet they all do that. I truly believe they all do that. But, that part's coming out now. And I love the expose. You know me. That's my game. Let's expose them. So, yeah, he was taking care of his family, getting them all their shots, making sure he was in good standing. And we all know about the seventh lady who came up and actually has a witness right within the Como administration. So there you have that part. Yeah. CDC. Here, let me move this thing here. I got to make some space for myself. Let me see something real quick. Here. Oh, I want to do this. I never get to do this, and I should. All right, we'll let that set up because I wasn't set up for it. But we're going to get to the CDC. We're going to get to Hunter and his gun, a bunch of things like that. I want to say hello and say Terry Anderson down there in Texas and Laredo right now, traveling down. Support, brother. If you see this, if you don't, that's okay. I know you're busy. You're working a lot of things down there trying to do footwork for all the people and the Patriots. I get it. Dory B, hello. Paul Rivera, hello, brother. Tracy Smith, Terry Anderson, Beverly Rupert, Victoria Fleshner, Maria Trump. I got to say hi to some of you people. I see you're on, and I'm going to say hello to you. Megan Roberts, Sarah Bear, Holly Bishop, Jimmy Smith, Mike Schaefer, Chris Kufinel, Loki Mass. Yo, Loki. I know that name for some. I know Loki. Why do I know Loki? I know. I don't know. It's a weird thing. But anyway, I know something about that. And Beth, I know you're out there. Southwest PA Bikers Rock. Yes, they do. And they're big support here for my group and what we do and what our cause is because we're all really in this that way together. Mary Kay, see you're out there too. Hello to you. So the CDC comes out and they're admitting some wrongdoing on the deaths. Wow. Much lower than what we ever thought. It's not fully out there, but some of it is. And in ways, up to 90% less in deaths caused by COVID-19. How do you like that? So all lies, all death lies. And even more evidence, and it all points to the lies and the evidence, and they're telling on themselves at this point. They're spilling their own guts, okay? And if you don't believe me, go look. It's there to be found. So I wanted to just get that on to you, that, everything we thought we heard and what Donald said was true. So when it comes down to sickness, obese, cancer people, bad diabetics and overweight, heart disease, the bad things, just like the flu affects, this affects, okay? And I'm not trying to judge this thing. We know it's somewhere, it is real, but a lot of us believe it's not the contagious thing of the fear factor. And yeah, so when they say this, it contradicts Fauci without a doubt. I mean, who's he been in touch with? I mean, he's the man out there, right? They're utilizing him as this guy knows it all. No, no, he don't. No, we don't. I mean, what I'd like to say here, I truly can't. Okay, I can't. I want to say it, and you know where the anger is, and you know, hey, what any patriotic person in this country would do, we want to expunge all this bullshit, and you know where my thoughts are going with that said. Okay. And that's what it is, and that's what we have. Rocco, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Want to say hello to you. I don't get to say hello to all you guys all the time. So I wanted to do it a little different tonight. All right, so something even a little bigger and richer here, because that's what the CDC does. It gets these lies out and it makes the rich richer. I mean, look at the profits the Gates Foundation's probably making with all this vaccine stuff and all these pharma companies and so forth that they're all entangled with, the widow's web. Not you, Beth. The widow's web. And yeah, so all right, getting to the farm show complex. And I'm not the only one that talked about this today. But my information came from truckers that were taking the stuff there because I happen to know somebody. He says, I got this crazy route, man. We just keep taking all this stuff up there. And they're talking hundreds of loads of medical supplies. So there's a guy up there by the name of Russell Reading. He's with the Agricultural Farming Show, blah, blah, blah. People are contacting him and trying to contact him. And I even put a call on myself, and I says, I left my hat and some paperwork, I believe, up there. Can you guys look for it, or can I come in? I was trying to just get in, or to see if we could get somebody in, send somebody in. But it wouldn't work, and he won't say nothing. He won't talk. He's been gotten to. But we do know it's all tremendous amount of goods out of China, which are like body bags, gloves, gowns, shields, masks, and so on. Just want to get to the bottom. What is all this about up there in Pennsylvania that, what's going on? And we know we can't trust Wolf. No, we got to get rid of that, man. And I would love to ask him a few questions as well. But again, he won't talk to the public. And if it's not what he feels is a topic that he wants to discuss, he's not going to say a word about it because he sold out. And when you have someone out there that won't even get into an answer for the public awareness that he is supposed to care for, he sold out. He sold out. And that's exactly what's going on. And most of what we have here all across America. But we do have a lot of good strength around us. We have good states. We have good electoral officials in offices of position that are really trying to fight this. So we do have that. Stay strong, brothers and sisters. Stay strong. You're beautiful people. You're strong. You're smart. You got this. I know you do. I know because you watch me, you share me, you follow. You're helping me, and that says your sensibility is great because you're taking a little guy and making him better. So imagine what you're doing for the world with what you do every day. And your posts, even if they're giddy and funny. So what? It helps in ways. Everybody plays a part in life. That's just the way it is. That's the way it is. So yeah, we can't get no information on that. All I know is what I knew when I knew it. And that's the way it is. Now, a lot of things come out down about California too. Things that go on, and it's a deplorable state. It truly is. They have the most immigrants down there without even having green cards. It's the biggest cash under the table paid system in the United States. Nancy Pelosi's jurisdiction. So go figure. And now they're bringing all these people in and stuff. So it's like, let's put a little more icing on that cake for them. They're coming up with a plan to give, something like they did in Pittsburgh here, but it only went to one Keller of party, a $500 gift every month, you know, to help them, the poverty level stricken people. And I don't even know what that is, because by the time Biden gets this all set up, there's going to be a whole different, higher number level of poverty. So if it was 20,000 to zero, that was poverty. Now it's going to be like 45,000 to 20, which is going to be sitting on top of that with their plan. And that's not a plan. That's destruction. That's destruction. So anyway, getting back to that, Kelly wants to do the same kind of thing, and they're going to pick and choose how they do it and who they do it. And I just said, like, what colors of black are you going for? And that's the truth. You can't just say now anymore, unless, let me just spit this out the right way. We have multiple colors of black, if you really look at it that way. We have very dark skin. We have light brown. We have brown. We have people. I'm good friends with a lot of black people, and they're like, yeah, but they're caramel, and they do label themselves within how. It's not me, it's them. But I've learned this, and I see it. So I don't know where they're going for, but they're going to get an extra $500 down there. And I mean, what's the matter with the people in your cities and states? Because they're all probably going to go with this. They're all doing it. Do you really have to be less white and fill out an application that your distant relative was black, and then you're going to qualify for it? Come on, this is ridiculous, America. It's ridiculous. They're doing it in Pittsburgh right now, and they're doing it in California. So, it's really a divide and conquer system. Diversion. They want to anger you, piss you off. That's exactly what they're doing. It's amazing, but they're doing it. So let's talk a little bit about the gun and carry shit show that they got going on in America right now. It doesn't affect all states, but I'm pro-gun. I believe we all should have them. And there's more to this as I get into this here. But we have issues where it makes me wonder, when you tell the police you want to defund them, how far the police will go. Because Joe kind of said, he put this out there. He wants the courts to come up with, for law enforcement purposes, no warrants to be necessary to come into your home and confiscate your weapons. I mean, we're starting to get in that gray area. It's very bad there. This is a very bad kind of gray area. But yeah, so add that to the show. So, but again, it won't affect all states. But what he is trying to do is overrule anything that's out of those jurisdictions, to pull them into his jurisdictional governing by saying we can come in and take whatever you have. And to me, that's trespassing that. And these police really have to, you got to ask yourself, as well as the military, if something catastrophic goes down because people can't take what's going on anymore, whose side are they going to choose? Are they going to walk? I mean, these police, if they're going to start coming into people's homes that they know and everything else, and, no more law under your Constitution, are we going to allow this? I mean, this is where it's getting really strange, and it's going to have a lot of hardships with people in their minds. I know that. So expect to see things out there more, comments and so forth. I know you're going to be feeling it. Without a doubt. It's just not going to be about post this, post that, this went through, this didn't. Wait till it happens, if it does. Then it's going to hit the fan. Then things are going to start to hit the fan. As well as, like, the wall and the pipeline, important issues like that, and things like that Joe even talked about a little bit on things that he did. But did you notice how they pampered him? How respectful they were to this kook up there? I mean, truthfully, we know his history. They pampered him. They pampered him today. But I don't think Joe really had proper authority to start and stop these projects as he did. Well, he stopped them. They were already, through all the paperwork, through all the proper channels, all the government agencies and whatnot. And I think he might have, his authority wasn't what the authority he thought he had. So we'll see where that goes. But I see some openings happening here and some possibilities. That's why I brought it back up today. I'll let you know more on that. But, the reason I bring it up is one of the reasons GOA is investigating now on the occurrence of the executive order, the stopping of the wall, and they're putting in a formal investigation. Well, yes, so what, right? No matter what these people do, they don't pay the price for nothing. Go do what you're going to do and surprise us. Surprise us. That's all you can do. Because everything else goes somebody else's way. It's never to our side and on the positive unless Mr. Trump is in there as he was. He isn't, though. And that's where we're at with it. Now, this new stimulus already talks of one. They want to steal some more money. They want the tax people, us, to absorb it. Sure, because they're not going to. And they're so wealthy it doesn't matter if they do have to pay some of it. But they'll lie and cheat on the next election anyway. And they'll just, like AOC did, they'll divert more money somewhere else and hide it. Or they'll pay a fictitious, non-existing person to accept money, get a piece of it, and then they'll get their cut back. These are what politicians do. These are, even in Pittsburgh, in our city here, everyone, all right, this is what they do, They know that they know how to hold the cards and play them. And all this information is shared, how to do it legally. But there are some mistakes made. But on this stimulus, I say no, no, no. And why would you want to do that unless you're not going to steal more? But here's the deal. They're thinking in terms that this stimulus is going to be more for the immigrants. Okay, they already got $1,400. They're getting free hotel rooms and more money's going to be coming out of debts. No. Hear me out here, though. We still have a lot of money left from the first stimulus. There's money's not every. Why do they need more when all this other table money is still sitting there? There is a lot of cash. Unbelievable amount of cash. But they're going to go for another stimulus. And it's going to have to do with benefiting them. Yeah, they might throw you a breadcrumb. I've used that term before. You might get thrown a breadcrumb just so you don't feel left out. Okay? But it's going to be important that they give these people some type of wealth in the United States. And if you look into what California's doing and Nancy's state down there and check out what's going on and what the true statistics of that place is, it's deplorable of what's going on and what they get away with since the time they've come into the American state. So we can do nothing about that either. I mean, most of the most wanted are immigrants. Most of the most crimes in California are from the immigrants. They live in garages. I mean, it's uncanny where we're at and where we have been placed at because they allowed this stuff to succeed like this. And the police are told to stand on, just like they were in 2020. Stand on. Let them burn the city. Let them break into jewelry stores. And, state stores and so forth, like up in Philadelphia and whatnot. Yeah. So anyway, let's see where that goes. I'm totally against it, and I think you should be too. We already have $30 trillion and almost climbing over that sum now. And we owed a big-ass debt to China. They're holding the card on us. Now tell me we aren't already sold out to this country. No wonder why they want to be, and Joe said it. I'm not against them being the strongest. That's their right, And you can help them get that way as you've done. Because that's what you do, Joe. So we're going to be worse off again if this happens, and it's going to take forever. We're never going to see, our kids will never get this paid back. I don't know what's to come of all this when something's so bad, unless you just zap it and say, boom, it's all gone. We're starting over, reset. And that would be the worst case scenario. Anything you own, have in the bank that's to their hands where they can reach for it will be evaporated. It'll be gone. That number will be removed. And whatever cash flow there really truly is on the numbers, they're going to take that. They're just going to take it. It's what happens. It's what happens. And it's happened before here. So with that said, let me get a little bit more to Joe's speech. And I don't believe any of his numbers. I don't. I really feel he rides Trump's coattails. Everything that they're doing right now, it was pre-planned, started in ways with Trump. Yeah, they might be dotting an I or crossing a T in different, so it looks a little different. But guess what? All their ideas are what was pre-established, with the exception of all the wrongdoing that they do. So that said, steal from Americans, yeah, sure, steal from the Americans. I can't get that part out of my head that they're already wanting to negotiate another new one. All right. Again, he called our Republicans corrupt. So basically, he said that's what we are. Hillary had the deplorables, and he calls us corrupt. He also says he has Republicans in his pockets. He also says that no matter what you think, I talk to the Republican voters, and they're for me. Jab. That's all he was doing. That's not true. He's just jabbing at us. So, we'll deal with that. We always do. We always do. He says he can save the people of the other country. And I get where he's coming from. There are countries in this world where children aren't safe in them, and they're probably living below poverty levels. Although I'm seeing people coming up not looking too bad. I'm not seeing people walking naked up the road and looking like skin and bones like you really do see in Africa in a lot of ways, because it's really bad over there. So they're dressed. They don't look so bad. But I do believe there are areas everywhere, probably including here in the United States, but his eyes aren't open enough to notice that. But he wants to be the savior, bring them in by numbers that will blow your mind. And how fast, how soon, I don't know. He said he'll fire people if we don't get this corrected done on the border. So that's because it's serving a purpose to him, not truly about the care that the people are getting or not getting. I mean, that's just the way it is. That's a fact. That's a fact. So don't be drawn in. Don't be sucked into his little... 'cause that's what I'm telling you. Have we been duped here? He held up pretty good today. Yeah, I saw him fall. I mean, I seen him go into Dodland, but again, he held himself pretty good. He had pretty good composure. I'm starting to think here we may have been played. This was a game. They changed the name of the administration. Maybe it'll stop things. I don't know. I haven't spoken to anybody at Marjorie's office yet. I don't know if it'll do anything. And please, if you can support her, let's help this lady, because she's really trying to fight for us. She really is. And, we have other people going down there now, too, to even help more with what's going on. So let's hope the best for all I care about is these children. The ones that, especially, under certain ages. Once you get into that 14, 12 area, I get there's a little difference, going towards the adulthood. And I'm not counting them out, by no means. But you do have the younger population. And I hope that they don't pick and choose, and they place these kids in a very safe environment somewhere, somehow. But Joe's not going to send them back. This was a plan that they had, and they want to buy their votes and create their own party of voters. And that's the truth. That is the truth. Now, where else I got to go with this here? He was asked about May 1st deadlines for our troops to come home. And he says he doesn't want to be held to a date there. That's the same thing would happen, was it Desert Storm, where they basically left our troops over there? They did. They said they didn't have enough aircrafts to get them in and out. So, okay, guess who came to the rescue? And I shared this with you before. When that happened, the soldiers were there like 3-4 days, sitting out front of hotels and different things like that. In an environment of war where they were subject to be killed at any time because why they were there, just on that factor. President Trump sends a bunch of planes over to get these people out, the soldiers out. You know, he wasn't even the president. He interceded. He went and he did his part. And, they're talking about this man like he was dirt. And I was appalled today when I seen how they treated and pacified this old F-bomb. Wow, what a difference in the media, huh? Think about that. Think about it. But they were pre-scripted. They were pre-asked questions, I'm sure. He knew everybody's name to call on. There was a script to it. Without a doubt. So pacify him. That would be what they need to do. But let the example be set for what was seen there on that part. You could see the hatred and what the plan was from the day Donald Trump got in and blocked all this that they wanted to do. All right, so getting past that, because that's the PS spot I don't like. Okay. What else does he say here? I wrote a couple notes here, just like breezing through. The thing that really aggravated me was the fact that and it didn't aggravate me like in a bad way, but just the fact that he mentioned it, I was like, you are such a F-bomb, and to say that he knows the Republican voters better than we do, and he doesn't. He doesn't, not by any means. But they were his jabs, so we're going to have to create some jabs back for him. I mean, we really have to look at what we have here. If he has any Republicans, then they're the sellouts. The rhinos on our side that don't belong there, that need to be gotten rid of. And then again, he supports China. He supported them hard. He wants to see the best for them. Well, of course, you have investments over there with all your constituents up in Washington. Your whole different plan of energy is going to make you guys filthy rich and all your friends. While we're going to suffer the bill on that too. So while we're paying more taxes, we're going to pay higher prices on everything else. I want you to think about that when you take your paycheck home. And if you wind up with 20% of it in your pocket at the end of each pay, you'll be living paycheck to paycheck if you can even do that. And in another year or two, the full effects of it will smack everyone in the face. So I really hope for a major awakening here. I really hope for a major awakening. All right, let me get on with that part there. I'm trying to do this slow and for a reason. I had a couple of friends tell me, I can't take this. It's blah, blah. And I get it. I totally do. I know where you're at. But we're losing our independence. And that's what it is. And we're going to lose our they have plans for our land that's been leaked out and everything else. And we're going to be in a more than a shitstorm of problems when it's all really comes. This hasn't even surfaced on the issues in hand of the numbers coming and what it's going to do to the economy. And for the people that don't want to work, I'm telling right now, because there may be a little bit more of a freedom going on with unemployment and all those factors. Where did they take your jobs? When you do decide you're going to go back to work, see how many jobs will be available. Because they will come here, they will work. They will come, they will work. And that scares me mostly. It really does. But I think we're headed into a different type of independent growth. And in the next 4 years, it's going to be terrible. Now, what I want you to do to think about this, though, is in the past 16 years, based upon how Joe talked, Trump took the lead by what they left him. And we know that that's a big zero. Trump walked into a zero like he did with all the health equipment and ventilators. Same scenario. So, he does a remarkable job for 4 years, and they're destroying it. And they're going to create their own empire of lies and deceit towards us to take us into another neverland of America again. And he's just an embarrassment. How he can stand there and just dictate lies to the American people when we know, don't say how you care for these people when you made verbalage against the black community, using every N-word you could in Congress against them. And there's a video to that effect, in fact, that you did it, and we know you did it. So here you are now with open arms. It's not about the well-being of these children. It fits your narrative. It fits what you need it to fit. We know how you really are in person, what you stood for all those years, and got nothing really established, except you did get a few Social Security things changed. But guess what, America? It didn't help you. Everything that he got changed took from you out of your Social Security. But how he talked about black community years back, and then he's talking about how he's got to be like a savior. No, you can read between these lines, and that's why I'm trying to take this a little slow and give it to you the best way I can that way, without shouting too much. And I apologize, Mary Kay, if I'm loud on that part. I truly do. All right. What else we got here? I didn't want to dump on too much stuff today because still so many people are out there just doing that. I wanted to put some points together that would be simplified for all of us, and keep it interesting for you. But I know this is going to collapse our country's finances, with what he sees as a future. I know it takes money to make money. You got to spend money to make money. I get all that. But by gosh, who's controlling that? Because you people were so off base, it's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. If had Trump been in this office, more people have been going to work. Yeah, there would have been a few programs to help along the way, but they would have started to ease them out. And remember, we had growth even in the worst part. But Joe says he had more growth, just like he said he's already got more than 50% of the country vaccinated. As he put, we got the arm hit there. And yeah, so what if you're proud of yourself? And I don't believe that your numbers are accurate. I don't believe it, because I go on every page under the sun. And believe me, both sides are against this in big, big ways. I know there's a lot in fair, and the fair ones went out there and got it. And the ones who did these little, I'm going to sit and videotape myself getting a shot, I don't even know if what they got was real. Is what you see really what you're getting there? It could have been a vitamin B shot for all we know. We don't know what they're getting. And then people are praising these people. Oh, we got this shot. Let's, hallelujah. And it wasn't by Christians, I love you. That's not where I'm going with that. But it's how they were acting towards this. When we know over in Italy and so forth, they got the shots. And guess what? They're sicker than ever. They really are. They're sicker than ever. If you don't believe me, just go look. Just go look. They were out there in the millions protesting. Okay? March 20th. They truly were. And think about the date, what that had to do with the transition in America and why they did what they did for their independence. That's because they followed Trump. And he is the strongest living man in the world. He truly is. And every politician out there knows it and fears it. And that's why they don't like that man. Joe was also asked, are you going to run in 24? I'm talking stuff you already probably know, but there's probably a few people that may not know it. He didn't really want to say. He didn't want to. Yeah, I'd like to, but I'm not going to answer it because it's 3.5 years away, and I get where he was coming from there. That'd probably be the only logic to it all. That, and he wants to keep Harris. He says, if anything, Harris is going to get rid of him because I think they have an equal value partnership now in the corporation. I can't wait to see how this all comes out because it's no longer Biden administration. We know that. We do know that. So, yeah, I want to see what all this future starts to bring forth because what we have to do, people, is fight, stay strong. We have to eat and breathe and live America as for what it was and what we can make it again to restore it. We are still in the beginning of this. We've gotten nowhere right now. I told everybody this, and I don't want to sound incredibly stupid, but to me, the day after the election, I put my flag at half-mast, man. I did, because we had this dark cloud come over the United States of America. And I knew in my heart that they did real wrong. And it's still where I'm telling you, half-mast. And I won't put it back up into the top. And it's not a disrespect to America. I have a lot of flags that are up. I got some behind me. But my main thing was I need to show support to this country. Because we're only halfway there. We're only halfway there right now. We're halfway out. We're halfway in. We need more people to join with us to get this effort of saving America as strong as we can possibly get it. As strong as we possibly can. Now, just a little heads up on things outside of this. Get this narrative changed a bit. It's been coming out over the last few weeks. It was out before. But now a couple things broke again. It's about Hunter. And how the Secret Service kind of like interfered for Joe to pressure the store owner where he purchased the gun and hand over all the paperwork and basically hide it and hush it up, as they do. And it was all because, I guess he was being an idiot, and the wife took the gun and threw it in a dumpster or something, and somebody got a hold of it. It was by a skull. And then they found the gun. They found out it was his. And, of course, it had to be hushed, just like the laptop. And just like Anthony Weiner's laptop. And just like Hillary Clinton's emails. And we know Trump knows what they said. We do. Why he's never told us, I don't know. And I would have to say he's just trying to play smart. He has to be brilliant in what he does. And less said is sometimes better and gives you more strength. So maybe he has a different type of plan. I don't know. Maybe he's writing a book. Anything could be possible because now we know he's doing the media thing. And that's going to be positive. A lot of people are going to jump there. But guess what? When we all jump there, we can't pick on each other, right? We can show love and support to the man, But I guess other people, come on, they'll be egging us on. We're going to get some of the extreme left, and they're going to come over and they're going to egg us on. I know they will. But you're going to find yourself back on Facebook doing the same to them, right? But at least we'll have freedom of speech. But there'll be a different sensibility when this platform opens. Here, I have a purpose. We're fighting for something that we don't have. When it occurs and it's there and it's available, guys like me are going to be, our purpose will be, I guess, gone in ways. The higher media will use it and use it up. And people will watch it. And I respect that. I get it. That's fine. But I want you to think about that. Because once you're there, it's going to be like your home. You're home away from home. And it's what you've been waiting for. A format to go in and post what you want. Yeah, you'll be able to say anything you want about the other side over there. No one's going to take it down. I get that. But the fight is in also, we can't forget where it's really at in the social media. And we're going to have to really attack those people over there. But no, you'll always have a safe place to go. You'll be able to harbor behind Trump's media platform. And I guess I can deal with that too. But yeah, so with all this being said, and I would love to know what's up with the Hunter and the Wiener and the Hillary. And again, we're faced with reality here. It's the bigger picture is so strong and so filthy rich. Nothing gets done. Nothing gets done. And Trump said to Hillary, if he had the chance, she would be in jail. He had the chance in office. He did everything he could in a legal method to try to push things, and nobody listened to the man. So he did the next best thing. He concentrated on how to repair America, and he did a very, very good job. He was highly successful at everything he did and touched that way. He knew what he was doing. But what he would have liked to have done, just like with the results of November 3rd, it was just too big of a battle. It was too big. And this is why we need to stay strong, America, and fight for all this. And we really need to. We really, really need to. Patriots, what's going on, guys? Patriots, what's going on? I want to send a little message out to friend Mary Kay over in Sartsburg. Hey, how are you tonight? All right, I'm going to tell you my answers this way. I have to do this. Spinach pie, 61. 0. Yes, yes, no, yes. Rite Aid. Friend, yes. I can't read what I wrote the next one. I'm so sorry. Then spring. Hands, foot, and neck. Now, these were a bunch of questions. She needed to clear her mind. And she came up with a nice creative thing that a lot of you women do and guys. And it was a lot of questions. And she put it out there. And I says, I'll answer you tonight when I'm on. So that's what I just did. I answered to you. Pie, 61. 0. Yes, yes, no, yes. Rite Aid. Friend, yes. I can't read it. Spring, yes. Hands, foot, neck. There you go. Hey, I want to come pick up those face masks you finished for me, too. And what was up with this canal block? I heard there was a lot of mischiefness going on there. They tried to blame it upon wind. And I don't think inside that enclosure that would have been an issue down at the Suez Canal? And this thing was it carries 20,000 containers and whatnot, and it binded itself and blocked the whole thing. I don't know what that was about. Nothing else made the news, but if there was something important, they wouldn't tell us anyway, right? That's where we're at in America. So, this March 26, 2021. Hey, man, I want every one of you to know strength, and I'm not going to preach this in a bad way. You're all great people, man. You already know what's going on here. I'm not going to drop no new bombs out there. I'll leave that for all the professionals. Yeah, why come out and rant and get angry? Yeah, I do. I'm fed up with a lot of things. I don't like what I hear. I don't like what I see, but that's their narrative, and I try to brush it off. If I could get in a ring with it like when I used to when I was a kid, that would be a whole different thing, and it would be a battle. But this is a non-physical battle. It's something when they do this, it's nothing you can grab of substance. It's like air. You want to grab it and just, we all get those feelings, but you can't. And that's why they use that. And that's why I tell you, there's power in words. If it makes a law, they can enforce it. If you tell someone you love them and then you tell them the next day you don't, you know what I mean? You see where I'm coming from? You could really hurt that message. And you did hurt that message because you went one way of positivity to total negativity. And that's the idea of where they want to have us. And they do, as long as we keep playing their game on Facebook in ways. But there's a lot out there that are strong, but there's still so many weak. And they still think, they even still, I was running today, I'm still seeing Biden and Harris signs. And I guess in a way now that it's not the Biden administration, that the sign makes more sense. But I can't wait to see people change that. And I wish these people would take these racial signs down too. I see plenty of those still out, and they're starting to get pretty frail from the weather and the time that's gone by. But, you know, I think we all need to get off that kick, and we did, but they didn't. And that's part of the dilemma we're living in. They don't think we're through with it yet. And these clothes out of Paris, what are they doing with she-men? They're trying to create she-men. What's with the no more masculinity, Hey, to me, I'm like strong. I'm 60, I'm going on 62. I feel great, but I take care of that. And ain't no way I'm going to walk out with two different color tennis shoes on with 6-inch heels and you're going to get me in some drag skirt. It ain't going to happen, I mean, but they're pushing this narrative. I mean, why did they want to change men? What is the gender thing there? Are they saying that we're actually weak? Because to me, I think that's really what's going on here. They can tame us that way? No, you don't. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. No, we're not at that time. I don't think we'll ever be at that time. But anyway, I'm going to leave by saying this to you tonight. Stay strong, as I always try to, do that. Support small businesses. It's highly important that we do, if you can afford to do it. Order an extra pizza from somebody in your neighborhood, somewhere in America. If we do these little things, and I think the stimulus will help a lot of people be able to do that, but please hold on to it too, because I have a suspicion upcoming months aren't going to get very much better for a lot of people. I don't know how many businesses will be able to stay open and survive, even though there are different types of, they call them what, PPE. And I think the 31st is the last for small businesses to get help for their employees, help paying their employees to be able to give them extra money or to just make sure their salaries are being met while the business starves. Because essentially, I have been in businesses recently, and the sad part about that is there's 3-4 employees and there's not a damn customer in the place. And that really saddens me beyond. I don't even have words for that. So keep those little things in mind, and do what you can to just keep happiness around people, because I truly am hearing things that aren't good, and people are fed up and they don't have the strength that some of us have. So share your strength with them. Give them a check mark next to their name. Let them know you saw what they posted. Even make a small 2-word comment or 3-word comment. Just let them know that us as Americans are together. And as long as we keep that facet open towards them, we have the chance for them to awaken more, get them to our side if they're on the other side of the fence, or they're angry with the world and they're right here, but they don't know what to do. We want them fully on our side over here. We want this to rock. We want power over here. We want their people from over here on the left. We do. We deserve to have that simply because of what they're seeing right now. I mean, come on. Everybody out there has probably posted it once. Are you happy who you voted for? And now that you see what they're doing and what the narrative is, are you really happy that you voted for them? Come on, they're not. They're confused. A lot of them are still confused and don't know what to do, and it's sad. So let's keep these other folks strong. It's important that we do. And I want to say hello to all my friends out there. I do. I want to say hello to you guys. Let me shout out a couple businesses here real quick, too. McGuinn's Barbershop. Eva loves, babe. I do designs by Eva. Oh, man, I don't know if you guys aren't from Pittsburgh. If you would just go on and check out this lady's work. It's all red carpet stuff, man. I do designs by Eva. And I'm not saying that. I'm a guy, but I'm telling you, she puts a different vibe on a feminine side. I mean, it's a very desirable thing. You have to check out her work. It's fantastic. Salon Atmospheres. If anybody wants some hair extensions in Pittsburgh, check out this chick. She is fabulous. I would get some myself, but I just don't go that way. So, not going to happen. Innovative Auto Works. Hello. Wow. I have like new lists. I got to put this together really quick for you guys. I mean, no, I got to do this for the weekend and do a new summary because I got pages of new businesses that came aboard, want me to shout them out, and I want to be able to do that for them. Wow, I'm behind, and I don't mean to be. I really don't. The Blaze Grill, hello. Whiskey 12, hello. Ritter's Diner, it's been around forever. It's a landmark in Pittsburgh. Support, people. Go and see these people. Periwinkles, too. They just stuck over $1 million into that place, and this is one of the places that has employees everywhere and no customers. And it's beautiful. I mean, clean, beautiful. All the fixtures, tables, everything, silverware. Nobody's in the place. 202 Taco, Lincoln Avenue. I think those guys are doing pretty good. Ann's Chop House, Bethel Park. Another nice person. The Blaze Grill, Bridgeville. And I got 3 other pages full over there that I really need to get finished. And I'm going to do that for you this weekend. Also, don't forget, if you do follow any of my, is it paranormal or is it something else on Sundays? It doesn't really have much to do with hair. And I have guests on, and we do guest talk conversations. And if any of you want to come on, and you want me to call you, mic you into a conversation of what's going on, like tonight on the platform, let me know. I have no issue with that. Come on aboard. Talk with me. It's fine. I talk to people behind the glass over here. Tonight I have 2. They help me get this thing started. Okay? And then they sit through it, listen to me babble as I am now. But I want you to know you are invited in here. You always have been. You always will be. If you want to come aboard, I can plug right through 3 devices and have you come through while I'm going over stuff and get your opinions towards it. Throw your 2 cents in. Share your feelings. I would love to see that happen more. You think about it. Maybe we can start doing something like that specifically for a Friday night where we can just chill out with the public in here at 10 o'clock talks and have a blast at what we know, what we do, and our support system. And we pump it out to the rest of America the best we can. We're small, we're independent, we're nonprofit, we make nothing, we ask nobody for anything. We just are who we are. I am Michael Anthony. Yes, I am. And last thing, I'll leave you with this. Don't judge me. I will never judge you. Strong America, be strong.